Case in point, we heard loud and clear we need to do registration online. We would love to do that. We agree, but financially, we decided that's not where our money's going to go. Our money's going to go toward making sure they had band, making sure they had world language, making sure they didn't pay a fee for kindergarten, making sure they had athletics. And that was one of the things that we discussed and we talked about openly. We would love to get there. We just decided that that's not where we're going at this point in time. And so we hear you loud and clear.
I did forget to mention that we had discussed about in the communication thing about trying to be able to reach out to the preschool parents who don't have kids in school yet, and I reached out to them, and they are agreeable to, if we want to leave some kind of sheet and make up something so that parents can give their emails, so that maybe we can include them in our email blasts about board meetings and about events in the community, and that so that we can reach out to those families earlier than, say, kindergarten, when they would traditionally get part of that.
We've already made progress on that. Michelle Guzik, who's the principal over at Lee, has already sat down with Chris, who's the director of the preschool, and those communications are already starting. So we're making that progress, and we're going to get exactly to the point at which you expect the communications community to get. So.
Thank you. The ISAB delegate, Mike?
2 dates to mark down. Tuesday, October 3rd. It will be held at Mannheim School, District 83. That is the, what do you call it, the spring? Fall. Okay, we got 2 seasons there. All right, the fall. Partnering with a purpose, a pathway to trust. And that's going to be given by the superintendent of Oak Lawn, who went to the Nationals conference. And that's how to communicate better with the community. I think we've been doing a little bit of a better job with that, especially with the community event. I can't thank everybody enough for coming out and doing what they did. It was really nice to see everybody there. So, and then also on Tuesday, March 6th, that'll be the spring dinner. That's going to be, the host is going to be LaGrange High School, District 106, and that's navigating the transgender society right now, which is a big topic that things have been going on all over the communities. And just to keep awareness of it, and that it's there for us. So
we can just let Sarah know if we're going to be attending.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Can you give the first date again? I missed that.
The first date is October 3rd, and then the second date is Tuesday, March 6th.
And October 3rd is where? At Mannheim?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then Wednesday, that's mine, the West Cook Division, the Governance Board meeting.
What's the topic again? I'm sorry.
Communication, partnerships with the community.
Great, thank you. All right.
Hyford.
The ISAB Lausanne, nothing to report. Old business? Is there anything that we forgot? Any new business?
I do have a point of new. I just question kind of statement, considering the community effort that went into the new playground, and that going along with the new scheduling block at least school, and I'm forgetting the name of the periods now, but where they're going to be doing the team building and the projects and this and that. I'm assuming they're going to be using Courtyard as well. Mm-hmm. I just want to make sure that there's some type of communication or calendar that if the students are using that area of the facility or the area on Lawrence, that any tenants in the building have access to a calendar. Mm-hmm. A couple of community members have come forward from past happenings, kids going out to play and they had to wait, and it's a short time period. Mm-hmm. So where this is going to be part of the curriculum, I'd like to make sure that there's open communication with the park that during the school day for those periods, if it's requested or needed for those periods or classes, that we do have access to that.
Absolutely. So the Tiger Time is when kids typically go out. Number one, we have the open play, which is the Aspen Institute, where we provide opportunities for not only the kids to get a break, but the teachers to get a break to go outside on either of the, now we have 2 playgrounds, so it'll be either of the 2 playgrounds. And number 2, Michelle has met with Chris, and she's had that discussion on putting together a schedule so that it's advantageous, because as you know, schools can be complex, and scheduling is complex, and we want to make sure that we're not stepping on toes with this interaction, but we will have that, and we will abide by it.
Thank you. Board comment. I'd like to start off by, thanking the PTA, Athena and Gina, for organizing the community build. It was just amazing how the community came together. I know she sent out a couple emails for Thursday and Friday, and people just showed up, which was great. And just really wanted to say, thank you to them and for them for reaching out to the Norwood Park Township for securing the grant. Thank you, and your hard work is noticeable. So thank you for your efforts. Oh, I mean, there were a lot of people that came. The big when I showed up in the morning, there was the Ridgewood baseball team was out there picking weeds. And then people went home and got their lawnmowers. I think you went home and got Sam. Got his lawnmower and came and he started to cut grass, and he made phone calls to get more lawnmowers out there.
Look,
it was just great. There's a lot of people.
The outpouring of support was incredible on Saturday. I mean, there were people there that I would not have expected to be there that were there, and those that I thought would be there were not there. I mean, just people just jumped in wherever they were needed. If somebody was just standing around, they wanted to say, hey, let's just go pull some of these weeds that were overgrowing in a certain area, or putting bolts and nuts on things for the guys who were putting the structure of the playground together. Our vendors, we had Ace Hardware donate garbage bags and gloves, Portillo's, Twins Gyros, Allegretti's, Mamma Mia's donated over 20 pizzas. I mean, Rex, Jimmy John's. There was just, Starbucks, Dunkin' Donuts. People just, it was incredible to see that.
Arlene, the mayor, came.
Arlene from
Gatorades.
Howard Heights, brought Gatorades and water. I mean, Trustee Zerillo from Howard Heights came as well. I mean, just so many people, and it was great to see that. It really was.
I just want to add on to it as well. I know there's
Tim for DJing.
a lot of multi-generation around, and I'm 40 years old. I know. But as we said, my kids are 3rd generation in the school. But being here, there's people that rally for negatives. Look at last year leading up to the elections, 100 people sitting in the same room, all with concerns. And the board at that time pushed, and Brown said, it's going to have to take everybody to get together. And how the parents act or how the kids are going to act, we're going to show them, we're going to lead them the way. And for the first time in my lifetime, a massive amount of people came together for a positive. It's the first time I've seen it in this community, and I just hope that everybody thanks everybody that was there, and we can keep on pushing it, because that's what's really going to make these schools and this changeover work out for the best.
Right. Agreed.
We have to also thank our daily weed pickers
Yes.
that are out there daily.
You know who they are.
How's your hands?
They're sitting out there.
And then get other people in the community walking their dogs, walking by and everything to help them out because they're out there doing it. So it's a community effort, and it's working out, and that's what we need is the positive. Tom Lupo stated, I don't know, there was like 5 or 6 kids. He was calling them kids. You're men now. That he coached in baseball. That were there, that he knew of, at least that amount. And some of the other trustees that were there said the same thing about all the kids that were younger at that time that are now building up the community. So it's a community effort. Takes a village to raise a child, is saying, right?
I think
I
so.
got it right, I think.
I think you got it.
Okay.
It's good enough.
Thank you.
All right.
We're opening it for public participation.
Frank Tribuzio.
Mr. Tribuzio, please state your name.
We don't have the mic yet, but we will at one place.
I'm sounding like a broken record, I know. but playing into what Dr. Schilling was explaining and to understand where we are, I've now looked into 41 districts, most of which are in Cook County, majority are in Cook County. Of the 41, Norwich District 80 is 36th lowest for expenditure per student. Expenditure per student includes teacher and administration pay. Only Tenoyer, River Grove, Cicero, Maywood and Melrose Park, and Bellwood have a lower expenditure per student. So in 2015-16, that expenditure per student here in Norwich District is $10,145. The state average is $12,821. This and comparative figures can be found at the IllinoisReportCard.com website for all 41. I have a few copies with me if anyone wants them. It lists all 41, their expenditure per student, and their park. Speaking of park, the District 80's park score for 2015-16 was 50.3, which is the 9th highest of the 41 districts I looked into. Yeah. The state average is 34. In a matter of months, we get to find out the 2016-17 park score. Is that right?
October.
Fingers crossed that it's higher than 50.3, which would be great. So the students and teachers are doing their part. Our district has done extremely well with the limited resources we have. It's exactly what Dr. Schilling was explaining the latter part of his presentation. The teachers and administrative staff we have are being paid at the state average. Many of the other schools of the 41 have assistant principals and other administrative staff. District 80 does not. It hasn't for I don't know how many years. In page 6 of a document called Administrative Costs per Pupil Ranking, found at isbe.net, it shows District 80 being ranked at 294 among 373 elementary school districts in Illinois for total dollars spent for administrative costs in fiscal year 2015. This means 78% of those 373 Illinois districts listed spend more on administrative costs than District 80. Norwich District 80 is the 14th lowest tax rate out of more than 350 elementary school districts. And this can be found at a document called Comparison of Tax Rate for Elementary School Districts in Illinois. I believe also found at isbe.net. So, do you want proof? Do you want exactly where to find this or a copy? I can give you a copy or I can email you. That's it.
Thank you.
Frank. Thank you, Frank.
Anyone else on the list? Anyone want to add themselves on the list?
Me.
Francine.
Please state your name, please.
Francine D'Amico. Do I need to stand?
Yes.
Francine D'Amico. I'm short, so it doesn't really matter.
Come to the front. Come to the front.
Yes.
So I think it'd be really cool. Sorry, I just had these two ideas. It'd be really cool to create a commemorative plaque commemorating the event of August 12th, last Saturday. I'm more than happy to pay for it or put in the funds for it. Just an idea. So not sure where it can be placed. I'm sure you can find a place for it, but I think it'd be kind of cool just to mark the event. The other idea I had of is whether or not of all the vendors, because it seems like quite the lengthy list. Hopefully someone took notes.
I did.
Yes.
I have it all.
It would be, I think, great to recognize those folks on your Facebook page, as well as probably some thank you notes to go out.
We will.
Excellent. Thank you.
You're
It's
welcome.
good to know.
I think one of the things that a lot of us discussed that we do believe there should be a ribbon cutting ceremony for that playground set, and I think the Norwood Park Township should be front and center in cutting that ribbon to start the usage of that playground. So we all of us that were there feel that sentiment exactly, and a plaque would be great, and we could probably find somewhere on that playground to put it, or even screw it into the wall right there somewhere.
Great. Any other comments from public? Wendy, please state your name.
My name is Lucia. I noticed that there are several letters of resignations from teachers on this agenda. I know that's probably a private thing, but is this year, have you found an increase this year in the number of resignations?